Returning to this crazy game. Oh boy. Let me adjust my microphone. It's been many minutes. Millions of things happened.
Millions of cat-related things, and the weather around here.
And the stupid stuff that Sean does, which we've kind of joked about before, because he had a habit of starting recordings.
Well, yeah, we've at least been doing, Kingdom Hearts and things. Ooh.
Okay, I came back down just to double check something. So basically, we did talk to Dad. I remember that after the last recording. I actually just realized that supposed to do the sleeping stuff, but I came back down here.
I was going to say, I thought we actually stopped right before sleeping last time.
It had been so long, I couldn't remember.
Because, I think the last time we basically... One of the last times we recorded this game was, super late October / early November. And here we are, basically, at the end of November.
You say that, but you have to remember I've been... Due to the rate of splitting this, we're only about, Oh, yeah. This crazy dream area where you had to move out of the shadowy void. So, a million different things happened. Because I made, a joke in the ukulele, every other time we recorded was perfectly after Smash Directs. Because we tried to ramble about that in the ukulele some, but we also rambled about some other points which are kind of funny because a certain game that was getting a lot of hate boners lately, which is an upcoming...
The funny thing was the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee,
Oh, this fucked up moment.
Not really a lot of people hate it, actually.
Go more into that. Hello? This is... this is very... Can you talk? Yes. For some reason, you're the first thing here I've thought to talk to.
That is a good point.
This gets existential and weird. Are you God? No. Oh. So, seconds ago, little creatures are coming, and they are asking if I am God. And I'm asking what God is. And they're telling me. And I am not this God. And this God is nowhere. Well, you can't see God. Well, that's where faith comes in, I guess. Little creatures are explaining faith. And moments ago is the beginning. And I am here. Then, here, now. Yeah, and I am here, then, and here now. And there is nowhere for God to be hiding. So what am I doing here? Monstrous existence. No, I mean, what am I doing here? What are you? What are those other giant animals? Have I been seeing ghosts? They were bits of the world. I think I was on a train, but it was like a town. It's all... I lost it. Okay, so... A great beast is walking through the sands. And they are climbing into air. And now they are making a tear. And now they are gone. And now you are here. What?
A tear?
Tear? With their hooves. They are making a tear. Little creatures are wandering through the air. And they are dragging in places and echoes of lives. And they are asking me about God. My head hurts. I'm going to tell you something, little creature. You are swimming further and further out to sea. And beyond are things blind and terrible. And I am showing you now.
Well, let's be honest, the cat would.
Ah! Oh God, oh God. They are blind, but they are seeing you. And you are coming to them. After this, you are not returning here. I am climbing into the air and closing the sky. Why? Closing the sky? Yes. Okay. I will tell you a second thing. There is a hole at the center of everything, and it's always growing. Between the stars, I am seeing it. It is coming. And you are not escaping. And the universe is forgetting you. And the universe is being forgotten. And there is nothing to remember it. Not even the things beyond. And now, there is only the hole. So, does anything mean anything? This is not a question worth answering. What about my home? What about my friends? What about the trees at the fall? I'll go with the friends one. Soon they are dying. Soon they are rotting. You are atoms. And your atoms are not caring if you are existing. Your atoms are monstrous existence. Then why am I here, goddammit? Why was I chosen to see all of this? Where is this going? Little creature, you are not chosen. There is no one choosing you. This is going nowhere. We are not meeting again. And the universe is forgetting you. And I am remembering you, but not because I am caring. The beginning is moments ago. The end is moments away. There is no time to forget. Before, all is forgotten. Goodbye, little creature.
What just happened? Again, let's be honest, a cat would.
Of course, God is an indecisive cat. You know, that makes way too much sense. Anyway.
I was going to say before, like...
Existentialism.
Yeah, before that, the funny thing was the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Most of the people only really, like, hating on the game are basically the quote-unquote hardcore fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that interesting of, you know, we have all, like, the hardcore fans basically bitching and moaning about it, but I can't hear you over the sound of all that money being printed.
Which is, like, oftentimes just in random LPs, unlike a lot of people, I will basically blatantly say other things being worked on. Due to complications, I haven't edited the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee at the moment, but it is a game I want to LP, and we have in fact recorded. So, basically, we will get to that, and you'll get to see more of our opinions in a better format with the Let's Go games, since I wasn't, you know, going to hide that fact, and it was going to come up in a week or two anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking for... Are you pregnant? No! Oh, honey, is that why you came home? No, not at all. Sweetie, you can tell me, I've been there, and despite nature's intentions, God came through and blessed us with you.
Mm.
You were a miracle, baby. That's me, a miracle. After all the miscarriages, we'd given up hope.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, wait, was that implying something? And then the game just flat out slapped you with it.
Yeah!
Hmm.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, crap. I just thought of something and it ruined all tension. Oh, and I'm like crying now because it was so dumb. And now I'm remembering it, it's still dumb, and I'm gonna just say it, ruin the mood.
Alright.
It was this, like, list of dumb things. Someone sent out a tweet. So after a C-section, did they put the baby back in?
Natural selection is a thing, right?
It's supposed to be. And then, there you are. And here I am now. So if you're pregnant, I'm not pregnant. I was not in a situation where pregnancy happens. Okay, okay. I just want you to know that you can always come to us with this. Okay, noted. Can we talk about anything else? Sure. That face.
Yes.
Her just...
Mm-hmm.
That looking sideways. That's funny thumbnail frame, potentially. You know, if you did have a baby... Okay! I'm out! Okay, sweet. I'm sorry, I get excited about grandbabies. It's fine. I'll be back later. Love you. Love you too. If it was a boy, you could name him Calvin. Oh, God, Mom. If it was a girl, you could name her... Trash Baby? Quadarella? Why don't I just have the baby and hand it to you? Ooh! Okay, bye, I'm leaving. That's one of my...
And that's the end of that.
Someone thought you put it back in after a C-section. So, yeah, the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which we are playing, but I had a side point about, which I was going to bring up in that next time we record, but I'm also saying it here. People are actively pissed off that the game is selling well because they think that'll tell Game Freak to make all future Pokemon games like that.
I love the internet logic like that, even though that never happens. Like, I'm trying to think of a case of, like, what is, you know, the closest you could do, what's, like, the closest to that, or that happening was a game of, like, after...
Whoa! Hey, Rabies!
Yeah.
Who's a good little trash king? I had to get this little itch you. So tell me, Rabies, what do you make of all this ghost stuff? It sure is something, eh? Oh yeah, that's a good point. I guess I don't entirely know what to think. Like, I, feel it, though. Which, everyone just believed me. Thank you, Rabies. Your support means a lot. You're a good-ass possum, Rabies. Alright, I'm off. Stay safe, eat some trash. And common pests.
That's terrifying.
Okay, I had to. That little... In order to get that encounter, you have to have met with Germanov to have Rabies introduced to you.
It's kind of a no doubt.
No,
But, you know,
you say that, but some people...
Wait, so the game... I'm trying to think of a case of, you know, a game doing something like that, of whenever, like, an entry or something is popular, or whatever, you basically have, that's, like, what the series becomes from that point on, where they can't...
The caveat being quality of life changes, like how Fire Emblem started having...
But that's why I don't really count that, because, you know, that's, like, optional and shit, and plus that was an objectively good change. Because permadeath is a fucking outdated mechanic. What? What was that? What? So there's, you know, in no case of essentially that happening, and that's like, well, I don't want to be a kind of an asshole about this, but the Pokemon...
Boo! Yeah.
But the Pokemon Let's Go thing just kind of shows what I've said in several other playthroughs of, you know, never listen to the quote-unquote hardcore fans, because the quote-unquote hardcore fans will basically just abandon you at the first sign of something they don't like.
And also, we kind of made a joke about this, and in some cases, I'm not saying this is wrong, but it's the opinion Brian and Sean and a bunch of other people hold, where when Nintendo realizes that no one who played Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are Pokemon Go fans, they're never going to make that mistake again. It's just this assuming nature that no one who is a Let's Go fan is, like, everyone who plays Pokemon Go, it's like...
Now, granted, I think this was purely to get the Mew. Now, granted, I think this was purely to get the Mew and that one, like, Steel type you can get in Let's Go, but wasn't there something about Let's Go's, Pokemon Go's traffic after Let's Go came out actually did spike?
I think.
Or something like that?
Gotta do this thing again.
I thought
But
we did all these.
no, we haven't.
So, this is your own fault at this point. That's not the last one?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being the last one.
You know it.
So then, what did she say this time?
I think it's nothing. Yeah.
Because she just knows that she'll get blind.
But
It's your own fault at this point.
I hate just that assumption. Now, I'm not saying it's...
But...
They
like,
look familiar?
Oh. Huh. So that's how it comes back.
Yes, I know this one. It's a common story. How Anita journeyed to the frozen lake. How she traversed unknown faraway lands. I was very into Anita stories when I was a kid. So you must have known what became of her. Yeah. How she, in her quest, turned her back on the sky and journeyed down into Earth, where her stars were no longer over her head, and how she was never seen again. Yes, whatever. Is it not a sad ending? She probably died. She lived well. She did many amazing things. Also, like, on an unrelated to what we were rambling about, but in the game, I just remembered an exclusive event to the complete version that I almost ignored, and I hope we can still trigger, and if not, I'll just have to explain it, but I wanted to show it off because it's really sad. So, like, I get the theoretical idea that Let's Go players are not inherently, like, people who played Pokemon Go are not just gonna buy the Switch, but I also just hate this broad assumption that,
And, like I said, I don't... No, this could have been, you know, like, the clickbait or something, or also could have been a coincidence, but I seem to remember hearing a thing about, like I said, like, after Pokemon Let's Go came out, it was like, Pokemon Go downloads actually, like, got a spike, or one of them actually did, like, affect the other in some way, but again, to be fair,
what is that last one?
to be fair, a large portion of those might, again, just be people trying to get the...
At least we had a minute to rant.
They're trying to get the exclusive shit in Let's Go. So there is that to it,
Think I got one that I see. I believe these are the last two, but I just kind of wanted to mini ramble about that broad assumption. Oh, a Pokemon Go player would never buy the Switch for this, so Nintendo wasted millions of dollars on a stupid idea. First of all, that's a stupid, broad assumption, and it pisses me off that you think it wouldn't work. And then it's like, you know, that kind of broad assumption means you just kind of assume that, you know, people who played Pokemon Go would not be interested in the main series, and maybe they are. And also, as we kind of talk about in the Let's Go, and I'm just kind of rambling some points here for a minute, because it was just on my mind, I don't mind that you don't have to battle. Sean, off a recording, made an argument, but the battling has better RNG. Not really. Not really. I honestly feel like the Let's Go has better catching RNG, because in the main games, the way to catch a Pokemon, if you don't know, and I'm going to break down some numbers, a Pokemon has a catch rate, and what this basically means, when you're trying to catch a Pokemon, the catch rate is a number that's divided in a certain way to get you a percentage. The percentage you get, the higher the catch rate, the better the percentage. Pokeballs of different types add a tiny bit to percentage. Damaging a Pokemon adds a tiny bit. And then having a status adds a percentage. The statuses that are the best are if a Pokemon is asleep or if it's frozen. Because of this, there is literally, and they're better about this, but the HP of the Pokemon doesn't matter as much as you think it does. Where you can literally get to a certain percentage, and then it's literally the RNG of your different kind of Pokeballs.
I literally had a Zekrom once paralyzed at basically 1 hit point, and no matter what I threw at it, it would not catch. So, because it's, still inherently focused on RNG, it's, I would actually argue, in some ways, the traditional way is...
Okay, so I think I need 1 or 2 more... If you keep talking to your mom, and I missed her for... You can get in the little library back room, and there's an event, and if I don't get it, I will explain it, or steal someone's LP footage just to show it, because it's really somber.
Basic... was the, Let's Go thing. I honestly do, in some ways, prefer the Let's Go system, because while it is still RNG based, and that's inherently a problem, at the same time, it's, I at least, I at least know if I have a better chance or not, because again, you could very easily have a legendary at 2 HP paralyzed in a cave, and you keep throwing dust balls at it, and the game just decides that's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm. Because, basically, and why I wanted to really harp on this point for a minute, so many people, but battling a Pokemon and lowering its HP is better RNG and more fun. Not really, because there are just certain scenarios where you literally will get everything right, but nothing seems to be working because the game is just rolling the percentage that says you're not gonna catch. And this is such... I was getting tongue-tied, but I'm also kind of skipping some of the more somber dialogue. So, I kind of skipped past it, and I feel bad for that, but basically, Bruce said he's gonna hop a train and go back to his family? And if you remember the subplot going on with him, the woman who works in the church was trying to get the city to let basically homeless people live in the church, but the city, in the nicest way possible, basically said homeless people in the church would look bad, so they don't want the church being full of bums, even though...
Keeping homeless people around would look bad.
Yes, that's basically... So he said he's gonna hop a train and go home, and May kind of believes this, but the implication is kind of he lied about having family waiting, because obviously he's homeless. If he had family, why isn't he with them? So a lot of people kind of read into he's just going to leave and go be a bum somewhere else because he feels like he was being too much of a burden since the church lady was trying to get him a house in the church. But the city council thinks that bums in the church would make the town look bad.
Because that... Well, it wasn't specifically in a church. Actual things like that have happened.
Mm-hmm. I said this game gets real, but...
It's called Unpleasant Design. Go look it up.
So, back to the arguing, and I'm gonna kind of make more of these points in the Let's Go, but why do I think the RNG is better? Because with less going into it, I feel it evens out because
if I get an excellent, I know I will have a higher chance to.
On top of the Pokeball multiplier and a berry, versus I am playing and I am trying to catch Mewtwo in this cave. Okay, guys. So my question of the day is, what do you guys think of the Night in the Woods story at this moment? I thought I would ask because a lot of people start to have very interesting opinions after you meet the one ancient cat god. That point really does start to delve into the crazier, more mystical and religious part of the story. Anyway, I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments below, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a show for a minute. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and leave some comments. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscription button and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please ring the bell next to the subscription button. That gives you the proper notifications of whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Doing all of these things really helps out the channel, and it really helps our communities grow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.